Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another SheridanCountyJournalStar.com broadcast of Mustang basketball. This evening, it is the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Alliance Bulldogs. Glad to have you along with us here this evening. A late arriving crowd on both ends, both here in the gym and online, it looks like as well. I'm glad to have those of you along with us who are joining us early here. 13 minutes and 45 seconds left before we get this thing underway this afternoon between the Mustangs and the Bulldogs. Just made the trek down to the scorer's table, and starting lineups hot off the press. We'll take a quick look at these. We may touch on this a couple of times before we get started this evening. For the Alliance Bulldogs, they've got a season record of 5 wins and 6 losses. Of those 5 wins, 2 of those have come at the hands of the Chadron Cardinals. While their record may not look the best on paper, this is a very good team. They played a very high level of competition, and anybody that can beat Chadron twice has got quite a bit going for them. Starters this evening for the Alliance Bulldogs: number 20, Kaylee McDonald. She averages 5 points per game. Number 22 is Michaela Davidson. She averages 6 points a game. Number 23, Marky Crow, averaging 8 points per game. Number 31, Riley Rolls, averaging 2 points per game. And number 40, Emerson Siza, the big body inside, averaging 9 points a game to lead the Alliance Bulldogs. A very balanced scoring squad here for Alliance. For the Mustangs, they come in with a 7-4 record. They've won 5 straight. Asterisk beside that, of those 5 straight wins, all of those wins coming at the hands of teams with losing records. However, a far cry from how the Mustangs started this season against outstanding competition. They had a tough-looking record after those first 4 games, but they've got things going again here, gained a little bit of confidence over these last 5 games. And they are ready to go here this evening against the Alliance Bulldogs. Starters this evening for the Mustangs looks fairly usual. Number 12, Callie Schultz. Callie averaging 4 points, 2 assists, and 6 steals. She really is the defensive spark plug for the Mustangs. Number 13, Josie Perez, leading scorer for the Mustangs. 19 points per game, 4 assists, and 4 steals per contest. Number 22, Carly Hinn. Does great work down in the paint, 7 points and 7 rebounds per game. Number 24, Kenna Campbell, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 assists. She really does it all for this Mustang team. And number 40, Gracie Perez, averaging 4 points per game. As we compare these two teams, that's not always completely an accurate comparison, but the Mustangs on the season averaged 56 points per game to Alliance's 41, so a big disparity in numbers there as far as scoring on the season. But again, these Alliance Bulldogs have probably seen a little higher caliber defensive play than what the Mustangs have. The Mustangs outshoot Alliance 40% to 36% from the field. And the Mustangs, the other big statistic, the Mustangs averaging 19 steals per game, and Alliance just 8. So it is the 7-4 Gordon-Rushville Mustangs against the 5-6 Alliance Bulldogs here from Gordon this evening. We'll step aside and enjoy some of the Gordon-Rushville band's sounds here, and we'll be back in just a minute here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. always great to have the band tuned up right down here off to our right. Makes for a great basketball atmosphere. 9 minutes left to go before the opening tip of today's game. Sponsors of today's basketball action, the First National Bank of Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hins Home Furnishings, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, CPAs, the Italian Inn, Grocery Mart, Gordon Dental, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and of course, the Sheridan County Journal-Star. And this is the Modern Farm pregame show. Glad to have them along as a signature sponsor again this season. Been great supporters from the very beginning for us. So let's take a minute, step aside, and take a look at a word from Modern Farm Equipment Company. Just about 5.5 minutes until we get this one underway. I'd like to remind you that the First National Bank in Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Good luck this season, Mustangs. Ask about their competitive student checking accounts. The First National Bank is located at 134 North Main Street in Gordon. Also, folks, make sure that you swing on over and check out the Sides and Milburn Ford website. Sides and Milburn, another signature sponsor for us here this season. And right now on the lot over there at Sides and Milburn Ford, they've got a 2016 Ford Edge. It's got the sport package, all-wheel drive, leather interior, navigation, and My Ford Touch package. And this is really a neat outfit. Roads are going to get slick again, folks, and you are going to love that all-wheel drive. Just 22,000 miles on this good-looking outfit. Priced at $35,825. But if you talk really nice to Bubba Heiser there at Sides and Milburn Ford, you may be able to get the special discount price for today's game. He'll take $1,000 off of that. $34,825. Check it out at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Let's take another quick look at those starting lineups. For the Alliance Bulldogs, at 5 wins and 6 losses, number 20, Kaylee McDonald. Number 22, Michaela Davidson. Number 23, Marky Crow. Number 31, Riley Rolls. And number 40, Emerson Siza. For the Mustangs, number 12, Callie Schultz. Number 13, Josie Perez. Number 22 is Carly Hinn. Number 24, Kenna Campbell, and number 40, Gracie Perez, the starting lineups here this afternoon, presented by Modern Farm Equipment Company in Gordon. The band is tuned up. We are just about ready to get things underway here. Again, glad to have you along with us this afternoon. While you have time, spin on over and check out the Modern Farm Equipment webpage. All kinds of information there about fantastic New Holland equipment. Check it out. Modern Farm Equipment in Gordon. And of course, the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. And this website is up to date as it gets right here. These are some of the headlines from today's newspaper on the shelves right now. And if you have the online edition, chances are it's already in your inbox of your email there. Get it all at your fingertips 24 hours a day, wherever it's most convenient for you, desktop, laptop, or your mobile device. SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. We'll take this opportunity to update our scoreboard, get us ready for the first quarter. And we'll be ready for the introductions of the starting lineups as we get ready to turn it over to the public address announcer. And we'll also have the national anthem.
Be courteous, respect
Journey Reeves there with the national anthem this evening, and a fantastic job done by her. Now the starting lineups for these two teams. Kind of hard to tell, and sometimes that doesn't come through quite like a person would like for it to. For Alliance, Kayla McDonald, Michaela Davidson, Marky Crow, Riley Rolls, and Emerson Siza. For the Mustangs, Callie Schultz, Josie Perez, Carly Hinn, Kenna Campbell, and Gracie Perez on the floor. Ready to get things underway here. First quarter between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Alliance Bulldogs, and into the center circle, it'll be Carly Hinn and Emerson Siza jumping it up to get this started. Siza wins the tip, controlled by McDonald, and away we go. Mustangs are going to come out in a 1-3-1 zone defensively to start things off. McDonald at the point to Crow and back to McDonald. Around onto the corner for Davidson. She'll dribble to the corner. Tipped out of there and picked up by the Mustangs. And a takeaway by the Mustangs on the first possession by the Alliance Bulldogs. Carly Hinn brings it in to the front court. And the Mustangs go to work. 7:33 to go. Hands it off to Callie Schultz. She'll bring it up between the circles and find Josie Perez. Man-to-man defense by the Bulldogs. Perez, nice wrap-around feed that time. Carly Hinn inside. Can't get the easy layup to go. And quickly down the floor comes McDonald, but a reach-in foul called on Josie Perez. That'll be her first. Josie couldn't resist as McDonald went by and got a piece of the arm as she attempted the steal. 7:16 to go. First quarter. Mustangs and Bulldogs from Gordon this evening. Crow pops out, now right back up to McDonald. Trying to diagnose, and now the Mustangs into a 2-3 zone. Mustangs trying to throw as many wrinkles as they can at the Bulldogs in the early going here. Crow for three from the wing. That one is short. Siza with the rebound, goes back up strong. And she's got her first 2 points of the evening. 6:45 to go first quarter. Callie Schultz will set it up for the Mustangs. Gracie Perez on the wing. Tries to go over the top to Josie Perez, but tipped out of there and taken away. This is McDonald again. The Mustangs are going to try to trap her. They had a triple team there, and now Alliance with numbers, but that pass over the head of the intended receiver and out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball with 6:29 to go in the first. And we'd like to pass along our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Steph Stetson, the teacher here at Gordon-Rushville High School, who passed away last week, and that funeral today. And so certainly our thoughts and prayers with all of those folks today. Tends to put things back into perspective a little bit as we enjoy some high school basketball here. It's easy to get wrapped up in some of those things that don't matter quite as much as maybe we think they should. 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Alliance with good ball movement. Now they get it inside to Siza. She goes up and knocks down 2 more. She's got all 4 Alliance points. 5:45 to go first quarter. And Alliance out to the 4-0 lead. Josie Perez sets it up, wants to look down inside, finds Carly Hinn. Feeds it down inside to Kenna Campbell. Good, strong move off the glass. And gets the Mustangs on the board. And now Gordon-Rushville going to try to full court press here. Siza running the floor. Can't convert that time. They missed the easy layup, and now here comes the Mustangs the other way. Kenna Campbell drives in. That one a little bit too hard. Crow with the rebound. Now she'll stop. Alliance will bring it up a little bit slower now. 5:04 to go. 2-point game. Onto the wing for McDonald. And now up top between the circles for Davidson and around to Crow. High post, and they kick it out. Good ball movement. Got it down inside. They find Emerson Siza one more time. Mustangs having a hard time defending her. She's had 3 easy looks at the basket right underneath, and she's made 3 of them. The only shot she's missed has been on that break. They kick it out for Schultz. She'll gather that in. Out to Josie Perez. Perez guarded by Davidson. Man-to-man defense for the Bulldogs. 4.5 to go here. Kenna Campbell backs in, turns around, and can't get that one to fall. Davidson ahead. She's got Crow underneath the basket. Up and good for 2 more Alliance points. 8-2 with 4:10 to go in this first quarter. Josie Perez puts it on the floor, drives right down the lane, and puts it in the basket for the Mustangs. 8-4. Here's McDonald driving in. She loses it, but gets it back. Try to go down low for Siza, but taken away by Carly Hinn that time. Good defensive play by Carly to take that pass away. Kenna Campbell accelerates in, shovels it off for Carly Hinn, but she is going to be fouled. And that'll be free throws for Carly. They give that foul to Kaylee McDonald. That is her first. And Carly Hinn steps to the line. Carly averages 7 points and 7 rebounds per game. 3:41 to go in the first quarter. Carly's first free throw is off the back iron and no good. And now we've got substitutions for Alliance as Jen Figueroa comes in. She's number 25, along with number 33. That's Blythe Bonus. Also into the game for the Mustangs, Sierra Garrett. And then the second one also no good off the back of the rim. McDonald controls the rebound, and she'll bring it up as she works against Callie Schultz. And the Mustangs fall back into that 2-3 zone. There's McDonald between the circles, 3:25 to go. Figueroa, pull-up jumper from the elbow. That one is short, and the rebound controlled by Campbell. Quickly out to Callie Schultz. Tries to get around McDonald, feeds it off to Josie Perez, lays it up, and good. Now the Mustangs back into that full court pressure. Alliance able to defeat that. Now they'll try to set the offense up. Cross to Figueroa, guarded closely by Callie Schultz, and she's going to be called for the hand check. Quick trigger that time on the hand check for Callie Schultz, her first foul. 2:56 to go first quarter, and a 2-point Alliance lead. McDonald between the circles to Figueroa on the wing. Crow on the other wing. High post. Figueroa with a good head fake, goes up and drops that one in for 2. 10-6, 2:34 to go. First quarter action. And Josie Perez with a little acceleration move draws the foul on Figueroa. Her first. .230 in the first quarter on the dot, left to go. Kenna Campbell looks to inbound it, and that's tipped and taken away on a good play by Marky Crow. Figueroa tries to feed it inside, but Kenna Campbell kicks that one away. 2:21 to go. Alliance basketball out of bounds. McDonald comes over the top to Figueroa, and they swing it around. Crow on the way for 3. That one's off the mark and no good, and Riley rolls, just goes right up over the top of Garrett for that rebound. Now they'll work it down inside, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on Carly Hinn. Trying to defend Blythe Bonus down inside. Bonus will get 2 free throws. 10-6, 2:02 left to go in the first quarter. Clint Anderson along with trusty camera person Gene Anderson this evening. bringing you fantastic footage of the Mustangs and the Bulldogs, as now Rolls and Crow will come out. They'll get a break. Davidson back into the game, and she missed both of those free throws. Josie Perez comes out of there with it. Mustangs on the run, works around Figueroa, gets to the baseline and dribbles it out of bounds off of her foot, and that'll be a turnover back to the Alliance Bulldogs. 1:54 left to go. Gracie Perez comes back in to take the place of Sierra Garrett for the Mustangs. Mustangs still want to pressure. Figueroa picks it up, nearly walked that time. Back to McDonald. And we got a 10-second violation called. And so the pressure does its job that time. The Mustangs get the turnover with 1:43 left to go in this first quarter. Mustangs trail 10-6. Josie Perez will set it up for the Mustangs. Callie Schultz has it way out high across to Gracie Perez. Alliance has played good defense so far this evening. The Mustangs have had a hard time getting a good look at the basket. They go inside for Kenna Campbell. Couple of big steps right around the defender, up and good for Kenna. And we've got a 2-point game with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Davidson puts the shot up, hits the deck, and she'll have 2 free throws. So 2 free throws for Michaela Davidson. The first one is good. And that is the second foul on Carly Hinn. So Carly comes out and Sierra Garrett back into the game. Sierra just a freshman, but getting a lot of quality minutes here as Davidson makes them both and pushes the lead back to 4 with 1:15 left to go in the first. Josie Perez sets it, tosses it over to Schultz. High post for Kenna Campbell. Kicks it out for Gracie Perez. 3-pointer on the way. Good! Gracie Perez knocks that one down and pulls the Mustangs back within 1. Now the pressure nearly gets to the Bulldogs. Ball loose on the floor and the takeaway by the Mustangs. So a chance for the Mustangs to get their first lead of the ball game. With 44 seconds to go, they trail it by 1. The big 3-pointer, the pressure getting the turnover. Here's Campbell down inside, and she's going to be fouled. Kenna Campbell, over the last couple of years, has really learned to make that strong move to the basket. Gets the first foul on Michaela Davidson that time. And Kenna with 2 shots, 33 seconds left to go in the first. Kenna lines it up and drops that one through. Tied at 12, late in the first quarter. And Kenna makes them both. The Mustangs, for the first time this evening, have a lead at 13-12. McDonald gets it across to Siza. That one's taken away by Campbell. Quickly out ahead to Josie Perez. Josie cut off by McDonald. Wild shot, can't get that to fall. Davidson comes out of there with it. Figueroa finally comes to bail her out. Now a 2-on-1, as that's a pass not handled well by Siza. Mustangs on the floor. Callie Schultz out wrestles Siza for it. And now Josie Perez, one person to defeat McDonald underneath the basket, and she can't get it done at the buzzer. McDonald was set up well and defended that layup easily against Josie Perez. At the end of 1, Mustangs out in front, 13-12.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Being equipped for tomorrow starts today. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
So the Mustangs started slowly, but they made a little run at the end of the quarter, and they now lead it 13-12 as we get ready to head to the second. Kenna Campbell leading the way early for the Mustangs. She's got 6 points. Gracie Perez with 3 and Josie Perez with 4. For Alliance, it's been Emerson Siza doing the damage. She's got 6. Figueroa with 2 along with Crow, and Davidson also with 2 points apiece. That tipped away. Gracie gets it right back down inside for Kenna Campbell. Back outside for Gracie Perez. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. That's off the back iron and no good. Siza out-battles everyone for that and then throws it off the hands of McDonald's out of bounds. McDonald out of bounds, and it'll be Mustang basketball. 7:42 left to go second quarter. Into the corner for Josie Perez. Drives in, kicks it out. Gracie across to Schultz. Finds Josie Perez. Right back down inside for Kenna Campbell. Turnaround jumper with the left hand. That won't go. Sierra Garrett in there trying to get that rebound, but tips it out of bounds. And she's got her hands full trying to defend Emerson Siza down in the paint there. Back to more pressure for the Mustangs. They got a couple of turnovers off of this so far in the game, as there's Garrett with the tip ball out of bounds. Emerson Siza, the 6-footer, down inside. Sierra Garrett listed as 5'9", so giving up a good 3 inches to Siza. Davidson back up top for McDonald and around to Crow. McDonald between the circles. Mustangs in that 2-3. Over the top for Crow. Lays that one high off the glass, but a little too hard. And here come the Mustangs. Don't really have numbers, but that's poked from behind by Crow. Josie Perez had slowed up, could see that they didn't have the advantage, and Crow was able to tip it out of bounds. 6:53 to go in the second quarter. Campbell tries to go inside for Gracie Perez. Was running out of time and had to do something with it. It's taken away by Alliance. And Callie Schultz is giving Kaylee McDonald a battle. She finally brings it across. Davidson tries the 3. That may have been partially blocked. Gracie Perez with the rebound, but then she throws it away. McDonald head fake. Kicks it out. 3-pointer on the way for Crow. In and out, no good. Siza there for the rebound. The putback, it won't go. And that one's tipped out of bounds off of the Mustangs. It'll stay with Alliance. Gracie Perez to the bench, and now Rianne Ferguson into the Mustang lineup. 6:25 to go second quarter. Over the top, taken away by Callie Schultz. 2-on-1. Callie quickly down the floor, switches hands and loses it. Rianne Ferguson there to gather it up. And now finally Alliance is going to come away with this basketball. McDonald brings it up the floor. McDonald trying to avoid Callie Schultz. Callie with the steal. Callie lays it up and good. Callie Schultz with that defensive pressure, and that is what she is the best at. She's absolutely relentless as a defender. Nobody stops the ball as Davidson drives in, and Garrett will be called for the foul. Sierra Garrett didn't waste any time. She just reached in and slapped the arm of Davidson as she went to the hoop. Davidson's first free throw is no good. 5:50 left to go second quarter. It's been a fast-moving first half so far. Second shot won't go. Siza's there and had the rebound for a minute, and now a held ball tie up on the floor, and this will be Alliance basketball. Beth Bragg checks in to give Callie Schultz a breather. And a well-deserved break for Callie. Over the top, here's McDonald between the circles. Crow on the wing, back to McDonald. Back to Crow, playing catch up front, working against this 2-3 Mustang zone. Crow will try the 3. That one's no good. Kenna Campbell with the rebounding position. And Josie Perez crosses the timeline with 5:22 to go in the second quarter. The Mustangs with a 3-point lead. Perez wants to look inside for Kenna Campbell, and she's going to be fouled by Marky Crow. That'll be her first, trying to deny that entry pass. Fourth team foul on Alliance. The Mustangs with just 5. So Callie Schultz, after the quick breather, comes back in. Bragg back to the bench. Over the top to Callie. Tried to get it to Josie Perez, saved by Ferguson. Perez gets it back, directs a little bit of traffic, goes back to work against Davison. Down low for Kenna Campbell. High off the glass and good one more time. Kenna Campbell leans in. She draws that defensive pressure. Now a 2-on-1 the other way, but that's just beyond the outstretched fingertips of Riley Rolls, but they're going to say Sierra Garrett got a fingertip on it. They're going to give this ball back to Alliance with 4:52 to go in the first quarter. So after that initial run of points by Siza, Alliance has had trouble finding the hoop now. Mustang lead is to 5. Ahead to Kenna Campbell, turns off glass and good for 2 more. And a timeout called on the floor. Alliance coach Dave Souter wants to talk this over with his group. 4:36 to go in the first quarter. The Mustangs lead is now 7. They lead at 19-12. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company. And folks, they offer all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. And it's out with the old and in with the new this year at Hins Home Furnishings with a complete new line of spring air mattresses coming in. Get great clearance pricing on the remaining models or get set up with special introductory pricing on the new ones. And Hins also still has hybrid beds with individually pocketed coils wrapped in gel-infused memory foam for the perfect, soft, yet supportive feel. Hins Home Furnishings offers free local delivery. And Janet Hinn sitting right next to me, and always glad that they would give me a tongue twister for an advertisement there. Thank you so very much. 4:36 to go in the second quarter. We like to have a lot of fun. We don't always get these broadcasts exactly right, but we sure have a lot of fun doing them, and glad that you could be along here with us this afternoon. Mustangs have jumped out to a 7-point lead midway through this second quarter. 5 fouls on the Mustangs, 4 fouls on Alliance, and Gordon-Rushville back into this full court pressure. And now we've got Janae Shoemaker into the game, number 00. She goes over the top, and the Mustangs with nearly another takeaway. Shoemaker across to McDonald, and now Alliance will set it up and go back to work. Shoemaker on the wing to McDonald and around to Figueroa back into the game now as well. And we got a kicked ball by the Mustangs. This will stay with the Bulldogs. 4:12 to go in the second quarter. Onto the wing for Shoemaker. They go high post across to Figueroa and back up top. Alliance trying to just move that around and find an opening in the Mustang zone. Shoemaker will try the 3. High arcing shot, no good. Rebounded by Ferguson. Quickly ahead to Callie Schultz down the left side. She's got Josie Perez. Catches, shoots, count the basket, and 1. Nice play that time by Josie Perez. She had a split second to catch and shoot that basketball. She got it done and knocked it down. 21-12 with a free throw coming for Josie. And she knocks that one down. Extends the Mustang lead to 10 as they give that foul to Jen Figueroa. That's her second. More pressure by the Mustangs. Siza finds Figueroa. She squares up into the corner. That shot no good. Siza with the rebound and the putback, but she is fouled. Fouled immediately, and she'll have 2 free throws. So Siza with her first free throws of the evening, and that is the second foul on Callie Schultz. First free throw is no good for Siza. Davidson and Crow back in. Figueroa and Shoemaker to the bench. Gracie Perez will come in and take the place of Callie Schultz, who just picked up her second foul. 3:37 to go in the second quarter. Siza missed both free throws, but the rebound controlled by Alliance. Davidson tries the three from the wing. That misses everything. And now we got a foul on Emerson Siza as Carly Hinn had gained control of that rebound. Siza called for the foul. So Callie Schultz, after another very quick break, comes in. Ferguson back to the bench. Callie needs to be careful with those two fouls. 3.5 to go in the second quarter. The Mustangs now lead it by 10. Perez hands it off to Kenna Campbell, and she'll trigger the offense out between the circles. A little different look now for the Mustangs, and now Alliance into a 2-3 zone as they're trying to switch things up and slow down this Mustang attack. Into the corner for Josie Perez. She'll drive baseline, feeds it inside for Carly Hinn. They misfired there. Alliance back the other way. Davidson brings it up the floor. Callie Schultz nearly with another steal there. McDonald all the way in, lays it up, and good. Well, that stops a big Mustang run. And back to an 8-point game. Over the top for Gracie Perez. Inside, high post for Carly Hinn. Outside, three-pointer on the way for Kenna Campbell. That one's no good. And the rebound controlled by Bonus. McDonald weaves through traffic. Gets it ahead to Davidson. Has it stripped away by Callie Schultz. Out of bounds off of Schultz. It'll stay with the Bulldogs. 2:29 to go in the second quarter. Well, McDonald takes the inbounds, so bring it up to the top and set the offense. Crow back to McDonald and swing it around to Davidson. They just work it back and forth, playing catch up front. McDonald looks in, and now they'll reverse it again. Davidson takes it down into the corner. They go high post for Rolls. She'll kick it out. Crow on the way for three. That one is short, and the rebound pulled out of there by Callie Schultz. Perez now down the right side. Into the corner for Carly Hinn. Carly puts it on the floor, and a trip is going to be called on, I think this is Marky Crow. It is Crow. That'll be her second foul. And Carly Hinn's going to get free throws out of this. A 1-and-1. 1-and-1 bonus. That's their seventh foul. Carly can't convert, but we've got a lane violation. Carly's going to get another crack at this. One of the Bulldogs into the lane a little too early that time. 1:49 to go, second quarter. Mustangs by 8. Carly Hinn with the front end of a 1-and-1. This time it's again off the mark as Josie Perez wrestles that rebound away, and then a reach-in foul called. I think this is going to go against Sydney Nordine. It is her first, and that will put Josie Perez at the free throw line. So the Mustangs trying to take advantage of the 1-and-1 bonus here. Carly will come out and get some rest. Garrett back in. Josie's got 7 points, make it 8. 2 for 2 from the line. 1:47 left to go in the second quarter. Josie earns a second shot, and she makes them both. Davidson takes the inbounds. That one's tipped by Callie Schultz. She picks it up high off the glass. That one won't fall, but Josie Perez is there for the rebound, the putback, and she is fouled. So Josie Perez gets 2 more opportunities here. 1:39 to go. The lead back to 10. That one rolls off no good. If they give that foul also to Sydney Nordine, now she's got 2. Josie's second one falls out, no good. Davidson with the rebound, quickly up the left side. Now she'll pull it back. Around to Nordine on the wing. Taken away by Josie Perez, and now the Mustangs with a 2-on-1. Perez switches hands, back to the left. Spin move. Couldn't get that shot through a whole host of Alliance defenders. Callie Schultz with another steal, flips it back into Josie Perez, and she is fouled by Nordine, who just like that has picked up 3 fouls in the space of about a minute. .114 to go, and Josie lines up another one, knocks this one down. That makes it 25-14. Gracie Perez out, Ferguson back in for the Mustangs. A slow start for Gordon-Rushville, but they've really got it turned on here in the second quarter. That one in and out, no good. Alliance with the rebound. McDonald quickly up the floor. Behind the back dribble, finds Nordine between the circles, swings it around to Davidson. 1 minute left to go in this first half. 2-3 zone by the Mustangs has become more effective as the half has gone along. They kick it out from McDonald. That three won't go. Tipped out of bounds off of Ferguson. It'll be Alliance basketball. Rianne Ferguson battling 3 Bulldogs for that rebound. 48 seconds left in the first half. They go over the top. There's Callie Schultz to tip it out of bounds. And Alliance will have to try it again. We said in the beginning, Callie Schultz averages 6 steals a game, and you can see why. She's very active. There's another three-pointer that is short and off the front of the rim. The long rebound tracked down by Alliance, and Rianne Ferguson turns into roadkill that time, and a foul called on one of the Mustangs. That foul called against Josie Perez, and that is her second. Puts Davidson at the line for 2 shots. The first one is no good. And so Alliance now in the 1-and-1 bonus. Siza back in, and bonus to the bench. 33 seconds left to go in the first half. Davidson lines up the second one, and she makes that one. Pulls the lead back to 10 with 30 seconds to go. Josie Perez sets it up, takes a look. High post for Garrett, kicks it back out for Ferguson at the top of the key. Ferguson hung up, tried to go inside for Garrett, taken away by McDonald. 2-on-1 for Alliance. Josie Perez got just in front of McDonald enough to throw her off. That shot high off the glass, and the rebound by Garrett. Out quickly to Perez with 1 second on the clock. And that's how the half will end. The Mustangs lead it at the half, 25-15. Let's do a little math if you'll bear with me here. Give you some unofficial scoring totals. For the Mustangs, 2 players with 10 points apiece. Josie Perez and Kenna Campbell each with 10. Kenna got most of her damage done in the first quarter. Josie Perez came on strong in the second quarter. Gracie Perez with 3 points and Callie Schultz with 2 for the Mustangs. For the Alliance Bulldogs, the McDonald figure all 6 of Siza's points came in the first quarter. So at the half, the Mustangs out in front, 25-15, just under 9 minutes before the start of the third quarter. Glad to have you along with us here this afternoon. This is the Sides and Milburn Mustang halftime report. And an opportunity here for us to tell you about a sharp little outfit that's sitting on the lot over there at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. This is a 2016 Ford Edge with a sport package and all-wheel drive. It's got a leather interior, navigation, My Ford Touch, all kinds of neat stuff on it. I'll give you another look at it here. This is what the interior looks like. Just 22,000 miles on this good little outfit. And the price on this, $35,825, but the Casey Heiser special today, $34,825. And also, we like to thank Sides and Milburn Ford for sponsoring the halftime shot during the boys contest. That'll take place during the boys game. They sponsor a half-court shot for $500. Very generous of Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville to help the Mustang groups make money. Gordon-Rushville school groups, I should say, make some extra money here. And again, we always appreciate the generosity of Sides and Milburn Ford. And folks, we are going to have more snow this winter. That's a virtual guarantee. And if you're already sick and tired of shoveling, head on down to True Value for great deals on snow blowers. They also have ice melt and snow shovels to help you get the job done. And when you're finished, head out onto the ice. They've got ice fishing gear there as well as space heaters and a whole lot more. True Value is open 7 days a week at 217 North Main Street in Gordon. The certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Stop in and talk to Sarah Ritgard. She's a CPA, or any of their professional staff at their new location at 216 South Main Street in Gordon, or call 282-0842 for all of your tax, payroll, and bookkeeping needs. GLR CPAs say, go Mustangs. The Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and a whole lot more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They're open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn, 200 North Main Street in Gordon. And check out the Grocery Mart ad in today's Sheridan County Journal-Star. Great deals on all kinds of stuff that you're going to need to make delicious food for your family this coming week. Grocery Mart, of course, located in downtown Gordon. And whether your tooth was knocked out going up for a layup or you chipped it while you're eating stadium popcorn, head on down to see Dr. Robert Ferguson and his outstanding staff at Gordon Dental for all of your dental health needs, and he will gently fix you right up. While we have an opportunity, I realize we gave Sides and Milburn a whole lot of press there with that lovely shot of the interior of the Ford Edge. Nothing wrong with that. But we would like to share with you, we've got 3 replays from the first half. We'll share those with you now. There's McDonald between the circles, 3:25 to go. Figueroa, pull-up jumper from the elbow. That one is short, and the rebound controlled by Campbell. Quickly out to Callie Schultz. Tries to get around McDonald, feeds it off to Josie Perez, lays it up, and good. 4 with 1:15 left to go in the first. Josie Perez sets it, tosses it over to Schultz. High post for Kenna Campbell. Kicks it out for Gracie Perez. 3-pointer on the way. Good! Move that around and find an opening in the Mustang zone. Shoemaker will try the 3. High arcing shot, no good. Rebounded by Ferguson. Quickly ahead to Callie Schultz down the left side. She's got Josie Perez. Catches, shoots, count the basket, and one. This is the Mustang halftime report brought to you by Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Just about 3 minutes for you to dash to the refrigerator and grab a snack. Be back in time for the start of the second half. In case you missed it, we'll run down through those unofficial halftime scoring totals. For the Mustangs, Josie Perez and Kenna Campbell each with 10 points in the first half. Gracie Perez with 3 and Callie Schultz with 2. The Mustangs 6 for 12 from the free throw line in that first half as well. Alliance, balanced scoring as we thought it probably would be for them. Emerson Siza leads the way with 6 points. Michaela Davidson has 3, and then 3 players each with 2 points. Kaylee McDonald, Marky Crow, and Jennifer Figueroa, all with 2 points apiece. And for Alliance, free throw shooting in the first half. And they're just 3 for 10 from the free throw line in the first half. So not an outstanding free throw shooting outing so far for the Alliance Bulldogs. The Mustangs at 50% and Alliance at just 30%. Mustangs started slow. They came back to lead by 1, 13-12 at the end of the first quarter. Extended that lead to as many as 11 in the second half. That's a 10-point game at the half, 25-15. And again, the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. Today's edition already out there and on the shelves or on its way to you. If you'd like to know what's going on before everybody else, get that as an online edition. If you got the online edition, it's in your email inbox as we speak. And these on your screen, the up-to-date website, a few of the headlines that the Sheridan County Journal-Star is following for you this week. So we're just about ready to get this third quarter underway. Mustangs lead it by 10. On the floor for the Mustangs, Josie Perez, Kenna Campbell, Callie Schultz, Carly Hinn, and Gracie Perez. We should take a quick look at fouls. For the Mustangs, Carly Hinn and Josie Perez, along with Callie Schultz, all 3 of those players with 2 fouls. Sierra Garrett with 1. For Alliance, Sydney Nordine has 3. Jen Figueroa, Marky Crow, each with 2. Emerson Siza and Kaylee McDonald each with 1. Mustangs had the basketball to start the second half. Alliance back out into that 2-3 zone. Turnaround jumper by Kenna Campbell from the elbow is good. Starts the Mustangs off, extending that lead, their biggest lead of the game. And a nice play that time by Michaela Davidson to keep that ball alive and feed it to Emerson Siza for the layup. Into the corner for Campbell. They tried to skip it across, but Callie Schultz able to gather that one in. Gracie Perez across to the corner for Josie Perez. Right down inside to Carly Hinn, finds Campbell in the paint. Turnaround jumper with the left hand, a little bit too soft. Rolls, clears the rebound. She'll get it to Kaylee McDonald. She'll bring it up the floor, guarded closely by Callie Schultz. Onto the wing for Crow. And back to McDonald. They go high post for Siza. Looks down inside for Rolls, blocked. And then Siza scoops it back up and puts it home. (27-19), 6:40 to go. Mustangs back to work on offense. High post for Campbell, back out for Perez. Josie drives to the corner, skips it all the way across to Gracie Perez. Three-pointer on the way, good! You do not dare leave Gracie unguarded behind the arc. There's a lay-in, in and out. And out of bounds, they're gonna say Mustang basketball. Carly Hinn and Emerson Siza doing battle. Could easily have been an over-the-back call on Emerson Siza. Instead, it's Mustang basketball out of bounds. 6:19 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs with a 30-19 lead. They go inside for Kenna Campbell. That shot up just off the mark, no good. McDonald clears the rebound. And she'll get it ahead to Davidson. Back out to McDonald. She'll work between the circles and back to Crow. She'll try the three-pointer. And finally, one of those three-pointers falls for the Bulldogs. That's the first one they've made tonight. They've tried a whole handful of them. But that one finally goes and cuts the lead to 8 with 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Over the top to Carly Hinn. Down inside for Kenna Campbell. Shot high off the glass. Count the basket and one. Bonus will come in for Nordine. Kenna Campbell with a chance at the three-point play. In and out, no good, but there's Josie Perez with the rebound and the putback. It is good. Josie Perez with the offensive rebound. And more Mustang pressure. McDonald finds Crow on the wing. High post for Bonus. Missed there. Siza with the rebound, and Kenna Campbell called for the foul. And that is Kenna's first. And Emerson Siza 0 for 2 from the line today. She's got 10 points. The first one is good. The clock operator has neglected to shut the clock off. Now they finally get it. 5:05 it says left to go. We bled off probably 10 or 15 seconds there. The second one is off the mark. Kenna Campbell, top of the key, across to Schultz. Now back to Josie Perez, quickly down inside for Hinn. She shovels it to Campbell, but it's kicked back out. Gracie Perez for three. Good! When in doubt, find Gracie Perez. And the scoreboard operator and myself have a discrepancy here. The scoreboard shows 35-23. I think they missed one. They'll do the math on this, I believe, and get it figured out. Maybe I added more than I should have. I guess we'll go back to 35 until we're proven otherwise. 35-23 is what that score is now, with 4:48 left to go in the third quarter. So these two teams trading punches back and forth in this third quarter. The Mustangs have extended that 10-point lead out to 12 with 4:48 left to go in this third quarter. Davidson, or excuse me, that is McDonald with the basketball, crosses the timeline as they go to work against this 2-3 zone. Inside, taken away, and then right back to Bonus. Davidson in, shovels it to Siza. Turnaround jumper in the paint, up and good. Back to a 10-point game with 4:25 left to go in the third quarter. Gracie Perez for three again. That one, finally she misses. And it's McDonald quickly up the floor for the Bulldogs. Drives in, leaves it for Siza. And a reach-in foul, and I think that's number 3 on Callie Schultz. Callie just picked up her third. Kind of goes with the territory with that kind of defensive intensity. So it'll be 2 shots for Siza. First one's no good. I think Siza is a volleyball recruit for someone. Didn't she sign? That second one no good. And the rebound by Carly Hinn. 4:10 to go. Third quarter. Josie Perez sets it for the Mustangs. Alliance back to the man-to-man defense. Campbell puts it on the floor, drives to the baseline, and a hand check called on Marky Crow, and that'll be her third. So Siza, just a sophomore, her sister plays volleyball somewhere at the next level. And there's a nice left-handed try by Campbell, but can't get it to fall. And McDonald quickly up the floor again. Shovels it off to Siza. Siza tries to get that her own rebound. Can't quite gather it in as Carly Hinn controls it for the Mustangs. Josie Perez, she'll pull it back. High post for Kenna Campbell. She'll drive down the lane. Across to Carly Hinn. Up and good. Carly Hinn on the board for the first time after the nice assist that time by Kenna Campbell. That shot short and pulled down by Hinn again. Josie Perez draws contact, puts it up, and good. Having trouble keeping up with everything here and keeping the scorebook as well. 3 minutes to go, and there's a steal by Kenna Campbell. No foul as Davidson hit the deck. Kenna up, count the basket, and one. A lot of contact that time as Kenna Campbell got the steal. Michaela Davidson hit the ground hard. They give that foul to Marky Crow. And that is her fourth. So Kenna Campbell with the chance for the three-point play. It falls off no good. Rebounded by Siza with 2:49 to go third quarter. McDonald lost the handle but got it back. Ferguson in there for the Mustangs now. Here's Bonus driving down, kicks it back out for Crow. Three-pointer from the wing. That missed badly, but Siza's there to clean it up. So Siza with another rebound and another putback. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. 41-27. The Mustangs hanging in there. Say thanks to sponsors of today's game. The First National Bank of Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hinn's Home Furnishings, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, CPAs, the Italian Inn, Grocery Mart, Gordon Dental, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. And of course, like to invite you over for the production of Almost Maine by the Sheridan County Players in Rushville. The next 2 weekends, Friday and Saturday nights at 7:30, Sunday matinees at 2 o'clock p.m. That's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the following. So the 20th through the 22nd and the 27th through the 29th. Stop over to Rushville and check out the Sheridan County Players production of Almost Maine. 2:25 left to go in the third quarter. They feed it inside for Kenna Campbell off the glass. That one a little bit too hard. Rolls clears the rebound for Alliance, and Davidson once again quickly up the floor for the Bulldogs. Davidson will pull it back out. Figueroa into the game now, and a reach-in foul called on the Mustangs. This may be Josie Perez. It is, and that is Josie's third. So Callie Schultz and Josie Perez each with 3 fouls apiece. Marky Crow with 4 for Alliance, along with Sydney Nordine with 3. The only folks in foul trouble of note. And now we've got a traveling call on Jen Figueroa. That'll give it back to the Mustangs with 2:02 to go. And now Josie Perez will have to sit down with those 3 fouls. Sierra Garrett into the game for the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell will bring it up. Goes to work inside for Carly Hinn. She works against Riley Rolls, puts it up, and good. Carly Hinn with 4 points, all in this second half. Extends that lead to 43-27. Nearly another steal that time. McDonald to the free throw line, kicks it out for Figueroa. Now she'll back it out. Try the pull-up 3. That missed everything. Bonus tips it back in. There's Davidson. A little scoop shot. That won't go. Tipped out of bounds. Mustang basketball off of Bonus. Bonus not happy with the call. 1:28 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs lead is 16 at 43-27. A minute 20 to go in this third quarter. Campbell drives to the baseline. Cut off there, leaves it outside for Carly Hinn. Carly will drive to the baseline. Pull-up jumper, good! Not something we see from Carly a whole lot. She's got 6 points, 45-27. And now a held ball, and Blythe Bonus starting to get frustrated. Possession arrow to the Mustangs. And now Autumn Richards comes in to give Kenna Campbell a breather. So the Mustangs with some fresh faces in there. And now Shoemaker back in for Alliance as well. McDonald across to Davidson with 1 minute left to go in this third quarter. Davidson with a nice move around Carly Hinn, and then I think that's Bonus with the rebound and the putback. We're going to give it to her. 45-29, 48 seconds to go. Here's Richards driving to Hinn in the corner. She'll put it on the floor, baseline. Over the top to Gracie Perez, gathers that one in. Down low for Hinn, she'll kick it out. Richards takes the shot and won't quite fall, but there's Rianne Ferguson. That putback won't go, and McDonald comes out of there with it. Alliance with numbers, a 3-on-2. McDonald down, slapped out of bounds. Nice block. Autumn Richards with the block. And it saves 2 points for the Mustangs. 25 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 45-29. Carly Hinn comes out. And now Faith Bramer into the game for the Mustangs. So Gracie Perez, the only Mustang starter on the floor. McDonald's shot in and out. Siza with the rebound. Underneath for Davidson. Her shot falls in, and she draws the foul. I think that's Bramer who was called for the foul. That is her first. Davidson's free throw finds its way home. And the lead back to 13. Richards brings it across with 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gracie Perez across to Ferguson. Ferguson has it poked away by Davidson, gathers it up, and Davidson's going to draw the foul. Good job by Rianne Ferguson. Davidson picks up her second. 2 seconds left to go in the quarter. So Gracie Perez to trigger it in, gets it to Richards, flips up the shot, and nearly got that one to go at the buzzer. At the end of three, Mustangs 45 and Alliance 32. Cheer on the Mustangs this season with a smile that looks good and feels great by taking a trip to see Dr. Robert Ferguson and his exceptional staff at Gordon Dental for a pain-free, patient-oriented dental experience. And the Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and a whole lot more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They're open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn, 200 North Main Street in Gordon. Bear with me as we update the scoreboard. Ready to start the fourth quarter. Got to fix the Mustangs score here. They are 45 and not 25. Mustangs with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Josie Perez back in there. In fact, all five starters. There's Kenna Campbell taking that pass that was a little bit tall. Gets tangled up with Bonus. She can't get the shot to fall, and Shoemaker now to the other end. Skip pass across for Davidson. She'll track that one down. And the Mustangs have played this 2-3 zone the whole way. Over the top for Siza. Good job of denying by the Mustangs, and they get the steal. Carly Hinn saved that one back in. Josie Perez brings it up the floor. 5-on-4 for the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell thought about that three. Across to Josie Perez, wide open for three. Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net. Josie Perez drills one from way downtown, 50-31. Under 7 to go, and now the Mustangs with numbers again. 4-on-2. Across to Gracie Perez. That pass was a little bit behind her. Shoemaker able to get a hand on it. 6:42 to go, fourth quarter. Back outside for Schultz and out of bounds. McDonald brings it up between the circles. They go back to work trying to diagnose this Gordon-Rushville zone. They go over the top that time to Siza. She was able to get some separation that time. It makes it 50-34. 6:15 left to go in the game. High post for Kenna Campbell. Goes to the baseline, blocked, but there's Carly Hinn to clean it up. Carly Hinn's got 8 points, all of them in the second half. Cross-court pass to Shoemaker. Now right back to Davidson. One dribble, a little too far under the basket, hit the bottom side of the glass. That one tipped around, and now Kenna Campbell hits the deck with a little help from Blythe Bonus. Bonus will head back to the bench. Riley rolls in to take her place, and Marky Crow back in with those 4 fouls. 5:48 to go, fourth quarter, 52-34. Alliance with the basketball under their own basket. McDonald finds Siza into the middle of the paint. Won't go. Siza over top of everybody. And they're going to say the foul was on the floor. They gave that foul to Gracie Perez, and that is her first. 5:40 to go, fourth quarter. Crow to inbound it. Davidson with a nice move, and a push called on one of the Mustangs. This will be free throws for Davidson. That's Carly Hinn picking up her third foul. So Davidson with 6 points so far. First one is good. She's now 5 for 8 from the line. 5:37 to go, fourth quarter. Second one also good. 52. Well, the scoreboard says 35. We'll go with that. Callie Schultz, and then a quick foul by McDonald. So that is number 2 on McDonald. 5:29 to go in the fourth quarter. Get it in. This is Josie Perez with the basketball. Man-to-man defense again by the Bulldogs. This is what they started out with. Then they switched to that zone, and now back, and Riley Rolls tips it, but she tipped it and banked it off of the shin bone of the official over there, and he was standing out of bounds. That is Mustang basketball. Carly Hinn drives baseline, shovels it out. Gracie Perez for 3, good! Chalk it up for 3 more for Gracie. She's got 12 points on 4 3-pointers. 5 minutes left to go in the game. 55-35, the Mustang lead is stretched to 20. Slapped out of Rolls' hands. They try to go back inside. Now they'll kick it out for McDonald. Head fake down the lane. Tried to get it to Siza, gets it back. Too far underneath. Kenna Campbell with the rebound, and quickly out to Josie Perez. Now she gets it to Carly Hinn, hands it off to Josie Perez, flips it up, and good! Well, that was quite an exchange. 57-35. We got a whole bunch of replays. It's getting to be a full highlight reel in this second half. And there's an easy, nice dish that time to Riley Rolls, and the easy lay-in gets her on the board for the first time this afternoon. Timeout called by the Mustangs. 4:06 left to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs lead it by 20, 57-37. Did you know that Strong Insurance is your independent insurance agency? They represent a variety of insurance companies, and they sell the products that most appropriately meet the needs of their clients. As an independent agent, they review many quotes and they offer their clients the best policy options available. They don't work for any one insurance company. They work for you at Strong Insurance in downtown Gordon. Proudly celebrating over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. That is the First National Bank in Gordon. Good luck this season, Mustangs. Ask them about their competitive student checking accounts. The First National Bank is located at 134 Main Street in Gordon. You can't miss it. 4:06 left to go fourth quarter. Mustangs comfortably ahead 57-37. 6 fouls on the Mustangs in this second half, 5 fouls on the Alliance Bulldogs. Mustangs have the basketball. Kenna Campbell tosses it into Josie Perez, and away we go. High post for Carly Hinn. She'll square up. Now puts it on the floor, works against Siza all the way underneath, up and under, and blocked by Nordine. It was a good thought, but Nordine was there to slap it out of bounds on the block. Campbell triggers the inbounds over the top to Josie Perez, right back to Kenna. She'll penetrate in, has it slapped away, and it's picked up by Nordine. And now we've got Megan Oligmuller, number 11, into the game for the Bulldogs. They get it ahead to Siza. She lays it up and good for 2 more. She's had a big second half. And we've got a reach-in foul called against the Bulldogs. I think that's Oligmuller picking up her first. And so both teams with 6 fouls. So the next for each team puts the other in the 1-and-1. Kenna Campbell will trigger it. She works against Bonus. Out for Schultz. And now Perez on the wing. Josie looks in. Guarded by Figueroa. Left hand drives in. Triple teamed in underneath of there. Siza comes away with the rebound. Nordine nearly traveled with it. And now a 3-on-3. Looks in, decides she's going to take that shot herself. Rebounded by Campbell. Now a 2-on-1. Josie Perez down the floor. Draws the contact but can't get the shot to go. And the rebound by Bonus. Under 3 to go. Oligmuller across to Figueroa. Oligmuller back inside for Bonus. Slapped away. Gracie Perez nearly had it. Bonus hits the deck. And we've got a timeout called by the Bulldogs. 2:45 to go fourth quarter. 57-39. Mustangs out in front. And so, folks, our next broadcast here won't be for quite a while. We apologize. We had intended to bring you the Chadron game next Saturday, or this coming Saturday, but scheduling conflicts have made that a non-factor, and so we won't have that game against the Chadron Cardinals. That's always a good one. Our next broadcast will be when these Mustangs host the Gearing Bulldogs on the 28th. So make sure you tune in for that. I think we've also got a wrestling broadcast somewhere in the middle of there as well. The next basketball broadcast will be in a couple of weeks, the 28th. Davidson from the wing drives in. A little scoop that time, and Autumn Richards will be whistled for the foul. So Richards picks up her first, and it puts Michaela Davidson at the free throw line for 2. First one in and out, no good. Check that. They gave that to Sierra Garrett. That is her second instead of Richards. 2:36 to go, 57-39, and she missed them both. Kenna Campbell clears the rebound. She'll work her way through traffic quickly up the floor. Tried to get it to Schultz. There's Garrett, kicks it out, and a timeout called by the Mustangs. Coach Holbert wants to talk this over just a little bit with his bunch. Got a young crew on the floor at the moment, trying to get things settled down just a little bit. just keep it right here as we do a little bit of housekeeping. Trying to keep everything plugged in that needs to be plugged in, everything charged up that needs to be charged up. .225 to go in the fourth quarter. They get it into Josie Perez. And the Mustangs starting five minus Gracie Perez on the floor. Autumn Richards in there. And there's a shot, no good by Campbell. Quickly ahead to Siza running the floor, lays it up a little bit too hard. Ball tipped out, Kenna Campbell doing battle. That's gonna be out of bounds. They're gonna say Alliance Bulldog basketball. Schultz and Rolls battling for that loose basketball. Off of Callie Schultz, they'll say. 2:01 to go. And Alliance with the basketball. McDonald across to Davidson on the wing for three. Off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Richards. And then a held ball call. And this will be Alliance basketball on the alternating possession. 1:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Crow with the quick trigger on the three-pointer from the inbounds. Rebounded by Carly Hinn. And quickly out to Callie Schultz. Mustangs not really interested in running now, just trying to bleed this clock off. A nice feed down low for Josie Perez. She draws the foul. Kenna Campbell threaded the needle there. And Josie will have two free throws. They give that foul to Michaela Davidson. They say that is her fourth. Josie makes the first. And now Alliance will pull those starters out, bring the second string in, and we'll try and get a look at everybody that we've got here. Peyton Weber, number 5. Megan Oligmuller on the floor. Janae Shoemaker, as the second one is no good. And let's see, Jordan Hop, as there's a takeaway by Kenna Campbell. Into the corner for Josie Perez. She'll drive in, blocked by Hop that time. Josie, another putback, and finally Carly Hinn is going to get the rebound. She'll be fouled. Comes up a little gingerly on that right leg, but looks like she'll be all right. They call that foul on Peyton Weber, her first, and Carly Hinn with 2 free throws. Carly with 8 points, all of those in the second half. She's 0 for 3 from the line. But she helps her average that time a little bit. Makes it 58-39 with 1:15 to go, and now the Mustangs will follow suit, bring in a whole bunch of fresh players here. Jacoby Knight onto the floor for the first time this evening, along with Beth Bragg, Garrett, and Bramer. Carly's second free throw off the back iron, no good. Garrett with a rebound and then pushed to the floor and lost the handle on it. Shoemaker quickly up the right side. Oligmuller cross court for Nordine. That one's no good. And Bramer with the rebound in the corner. Under a minute to go. Beth Bragg brings it up for the Mustangs. And we got another timeout called. Not sure. I think maybe an official thought somebody was calling timeout. So somebody's going to be charged with a timeout one way or the other here. Full timeout charged to the Mustangs. Not sure that Coach Holbert really intended for that to happen. While we've got a minute, let's take a look at the Gordon-Rushville Mustang cheerleaders. So ready to finish up the final 54 seconds. Ferguson over the top for Jacoby Knight. Lays it up and good. Jacoby Knight on the board. 61-39. Oleg Mueller gets it to Nordine. Back to Oleg Mueller and nearly stolen by Knight. Oleg Mueller around to Shoemaker. And the Bulldogs have struggled mightily from three-point land as Nordine with the putback there for her first points of the game. 20 seconds left in this one. Ferguson can't handle the pass, and then the Mustangs are going to end up losing it out of bounds as Knight and Ferguson can't quite get it figured out. And now Grace Anderson along with Maddie Schmidt into the game for the Mustangs. So a whole bunch of young Mustangs getting some game time action late in the fourth quarter here, and this will be a good win for these Mustangs. This will make it 6 in a row. They started off really tough, but they've righted the ship, and they will come out victorious this afternoon. They win it 61-41 over the Alliance Bulldogs. The Mustangs move to 8-4 on the season. They've won 6 in a row. Alliance falls to 5-7 on the year. So let's try and give you some unofficial scoring totals. Bear with me. Those of you who follow along know that math is not my strong suit. So for the Mustangs in the winning effort this afternoon, Josie Perez finishes with 15 points. Kenna Campbell and Gracie Perez each with 12. So 3 Mustangs in double figures this afternoon. Carly Hinn not far behind. She finished with 9 points, all of those in the second half. Jacoby Knight with 2 and Callie Schultz with 2. For the Alliance Bulldogs, Emerson Siza with 13 second half points. She finished with 19 points to lead all scorers. Michaela Davidson with 8. Marky Crow with 5. And then 4 other Bulldogs all with 2 points. Kaylee McDonald, Sydney Nordine, Jen Figueroa, Riley Rolls, and Blythe Bonus. Actually, that's 5 Bulldogs. I told you math wasn't my strong suit. Mustangs come out on top. Final score 61-41. And we've got whole bunches of highlights to show you from that second half. We'll dive right into them. We've got, looks like 7 of these. So here we go. Alliance back out into that 2-3 zone. Turnaround jumper by Kenna Campbell from the elbow is good. Starts the Mustangs off, extending that lead. Biggest lead of the game. McDonald. Time for rolls. Mustangs. And they get the steal. Harley Hinn saved that one back in. Josie Perez brings it up the floor. 5-on-4 for the Mustangs. Kenna Campbell thought about that 3. Across to Josie Perez, wide open for 3. Good! Nothing but the bottom of the net. Tried to get it to Siza, gets it back. Too far underneath. Kenna Campbell with the rebound, and quickly out to Josie Perez. Now she gets it to Carly Hinn, hands it off to Josie Perez, flips it up, and good! So those are the highlights from the girls' second half. Mustangs come out on top 61-41. Congratulations to the Lady Mustangs on their 6th straight victory. So we are ready for boys basketball action. 17.5 minutes in the pregame left. Just enough time for us to run down and get some starting lineups for you, we hope. Be back and ready for boys basketball action here from Gordon. minutes and 40 seconds left to go before tip-off between the boys varsity action, the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Alliance Bulldogs. And chalk it up, one of the few times when I was right. The scorers table missed Mustang basket in that 35-37 point range, and luckily it didn't come down to a tight game at the end. The Mustangs actually ended up with 2 more points in the game than what the scoreboard showed, so the final score should accurately read 63-41. But as we look ahead now to the boys varsity action, the Mustangs will certainly have their hands full here this afternoon. They face off against an Alliance team that comes in with an 8-3 record. Very, very deceptive, as they have lost to Scotts Bluff twice. Scotts Bluff, an outstanding basketball team, and their other loss to St. Thomas More of Rapid City, South Dakota. The Mustangs come in at 7-2. That Alliance lost the score 81-33 in the finals of the Alliance Holiday Tournament on the Bulldogs' home floor. The Mustangs are going to try to acquit themselves somewhat better here this evening. Their other loss on the season just on Saturday to the Kimball Longhorns, 58-53. For the Alliance Bulldogs this evening, the starting 5, number 1, Brendan Bramer. Number 22, Austin Luger. Luger, get a look here. He is 6 feet 9 inches tall, and he is a handful. Very, very athletic, not afraid to step out and shoot it from behind the three-point line, and he is a load. The Mustangs are going to have a heck of a time keeping the wraps on him this afternoon. Number 23, Mason Heemstra, he averages 5 points a game. Number 25, Trevor Ridenauer, averaging 5 points a game. And number 30, Jack Matulka, averaging 7 points per game. Noticeably absent from that from the Bulldogs starting 5, Brody Brennan, averaging 11 points a game, second on the team in scoring. But Brennan suffering an injury in the game against Scotts Bluff a week or 10 days ago, and not in the lineup this evening, and so the Bulldogs certainly will miss having him in the lineup for them this evening, and his 11 points. For the Mustangs, again at 7-2, Mustangs starting 5, number 4, Dylan Schwarting, he averages 11 points per game, tied with Jared Nelson, number 24, he also has 11 points per game. Those two lead the Mustangs scoring. Number 12, Corby Campbell, averaging 8 per game. Number 22, Trace Bagan, averaging 5 points a game. And number 35, Sean Combs, averaging 6 points per game. So a whole lot of Mustangs that are able to put the ball in the basket. And they're going to need everybody on deck here this evening as they face off against the Alliance Bulldogs. Very big, very athletic, and they can certainly get it done. They play, of course, in Class B, and they have seen a high level of competition, and they've played well against that competition so far this season. 8 minutes and 15 seconds left to go before the opening tip between the Mustangs and the Bulldogs here this evening. those of you who are online with us, you see that our Wi-Fi here at Gordon-Rushville High School is having a little bit of indigestion. It's, I think, probably dumped all of you off a time or two here just within the last few minutes. We hope that's just something, trying to back something up here on the school's server that maybe will work its way out as we go through the game here this afternoon. Hopefully it'll do that in the next 5 minutes before we get this thing underway, but we will be back with more action with you, so hang in there, hang with us. We apologize for that, but part of the drill, as you know. Mustangs ready to take the floor. 4.5 minutes left to go before the opening tip between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Alliance Bulldogs. This is the Modern Farm Equipment Mustang pregame show. Just a few minutes away from the introductions of the starting lineups. And a chance to remind you that if you're not a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star, you certainly should be. Lots of good stuff going on here in Sheridan County. I'll learn all about it by being a subscriber to the Sheridan County Journal-Star. And of course, the online edition is a nifty way to have all of that information at your fingertips no matter where you are. Sign up for the online edition at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Our other fine sponsors this evening, Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Check out their website. You can look up their new or used inventory, and it's all right there at your fingertips. Sides and Milburn Ford on the internet. And finally, Modern Farm Equipment Company, sponsors of the Modern Farm pregame show. As we get ready for boys varsity action between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Alliance Bulldogs. I'll give you a look at this fine outfit one more time. It's a 2016 Ford Edge. It's on the lot at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Sport package, all-wheel drive. You've heard me say it before. Leather interior, navigation, My Ford Touch. All of those things that once you got them, you can't live without. All kinds of neat stuff. Lots of neat features. 22,000 miles is all on it. And the special price drop for today's game down from $35,825. Take $1,000 off of that, make it $34,825. Stop in and see Chris Heiser at Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Do it tomorrow. Teams are heading to the bench for some final words of wisdom from their respective coaches. We are just about ready to get things going here from Gordon. And as we gave you that starting lineup, looks like Austin Luger taking just a few extra final shots from out beyond the three-point line. Wondered if maybe he was not going to be in the starting lineup, but he absolutely is. And we'll turn it over to the public address announcer for the introductions. the starting lineups again for the Alliance Bulldogs: Brendan Bramer, Austin Luger, Mason Heemstra, Trevor Ridenauer, and Jack Matulka. For the Mustangs, Dylan Schwarting, Corby Campbell, Trace Bagan, Jared Nelson, and Sean Combs. Mustangs with their biggest lineup that they can find in there this afternoon as they try to do battle against Austin Luger. And right off the bat, Corby Campbell goes up and wins the tip against the 6'9 Luger. The Mustangs go to work on offense. This is Jared Nelson. Nelson drives in, kicks it out for Schwarting. Schwarting looks in, now he'll drive to the baseline. Flips it out, Jared Nelson, three-pointer from the corner. That one is short, rebounded by Ridenauer. Just underway in the first quarter. Ridenauer on the left wing. Bramer at the top of the key. This is Matulka inside for Luger. Look out. That shot won't quite go. Sean Combs clears the rebound for the Mustangs. And they work their way back into the offensive zone. Jared Nelson tried to pass that, not sure where he was going there, right into the hands of Austin Luger. Bramer comes away with it. 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Bramer found Matulka cutting to the basket, and that one tipped out of bounds by Ridenauer. And Alliance now going to apply full court pressure. 6'9 Austin Luger up there trying to disrupt things for the Mustangs. Sean Combs over the top to Corby Campbell. Corby ahead to Dylan Schwarting, but tipped. I think that was Bramer that got a finger on it and tipped it out of bounds. Schwarting had a clear run to the basket if they can complete that pass. Nelson to inbound it. Corby Campbell, pull-up jumper. That missed everything. Ridenauer with the rebound. This is Heemstra up the right side. Luger kicks it out for Bramer. Works down the lane, and he's going to draw the foul. That foul called on Sean Combs, his first. Brendan Bramer with 2 free throws. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Bramer's first free throw is on the money. Alliance with the quick lead, 1-0. And he made them both. Alliance gonna apply some full court pressure. Not very often do you see the post player playing the point on a press like that. But Luger runs the floor well. So here's Nelson, pull up for 3. That one's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Heemstra. Bramer on the wing. He'll drive in and kick it out for Matulka. Heemstra for 3. Good. And now they've got Jared Nelson trapped. The Mustangs able to break out of that. Sean Combs drives to the baseline. That shot blocked by Luger. Heemstra quickly ahead to Bramer. Gets it out to Heemstra for 3. That's off the back iron and no good. Luger with the rebound to put back the foul. Count the basket for Austin Luger and a chance at the 3-point play with 5:42 left to go in this first quarter. That foul, the first on Jared Nelson. Luger's free throw is good. Nelson across to Combs. We'll try to trap him, back to Nelson. Nelson advances it ahead. Schwarting tried to get it to Trace Bagan, but that's taken by Bramer. Couldn't quite save it back in, but it's out of bounds off of one of the Mustangs. 5:30 to go. And Alliance with the 8-0 lead. That blocked from behind by Sean Combs, and then the Mustangs have it poked away from behind. Brendan Bramer is going to be called for the travel. They lost the handle for a split second, and the Mustangs will get it back. That game in the championship game of the Alliance Holiday Tournament. The Mustangs hung tough with Alliance in the first quarter, but it was the second that was really their undoing. And now they've got Sean Combs trapped, able to find Nelson, and then tipped out of bounds by Brendan Bramer again. He's got quick hands. He's been in the passing lanes a whole bunch so far this evening. Now Alliance is going to switch their defense. Go back to a 2-3 zone now. Trace Bagan on the wing. Skip pass across to Schwarting. To the baseline for Combs. Combs lost it. Picked up by Bagan. He tried to get it back to Combs. Taken away by Luger. And then stolen right back by Dylan Schwarting. Schwarting down the right side, behind the back. And this is what we remember from the previous meeting, was this outstanding defensive pressure by the Bulldogs. There's another ball loose on the floor and a held ball, and this will be Alliance basketball. The defense by Alliance just stifling. And now Kyle King and Owen Shelmadine into the game for the Bulldogs. Heemstra will walk it up the floor and set the offense, as now the Mustangs have gone to a man-to-man defense. Luger for three. That one is short. Combs with the rebound. Hands it off to Nelson. 4 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Combs between the circles. Feeds it down low for Schwarting, and a foul called. Nice backdoor cut that time by Dylan Schwarting. And they get the foul on Austin Luger. So Dylan Schwarting with 2 free throws and a chance to get the Mustangs on the board and get rid of the goose egg. And he does. Now Lane Meeks will come in and give Sean Combs a break. And he has probably drawn the unenviable task of guarding number 22 in black. Schwarting lines up the second, and he made them both. And now Morgan Holbert into the game for Schwarting. And Heemstra sets it up. He'll be guarded by Holbert. Get it to Shelmadine, back to Heemstra. Heemstra into the corner. This is Kyle King for three, and that is good. 11-2. Holbert gets it back out to Trace Bagan. Now Nelson with 3:20 to go. Trace Bagan tries the three. That one is short. Corby Campbell in there to get the rebound, but he tips it out of bounds. Can't quite control it. It was a great effort that time by Corby Campbell, but he just couldn't quite control it. Ridenauer out and Matulka back in for Alliance. Both these teams substitute liberally. 3:05 to go. Alliance out to the 9-point lead. King on the wing. And across to Heemstra. There's Matulka driving in, little floater, up and good. And Alliance starting to extend that lead. Corby Campbell, high off the glass, gets his own rebound, turnaround jumper in the lane, missed that one as well. Lane Meeks going up to do battle, knocked it away, but Alliance comes out of there with it. Heemstra, and that is a traveling call as one of the Mustangs got a hand in there. Good defense that time by the Mustangs. And now Carson Hinn into the lineup. Trace Bagan will get a breather. 2:28 to go, first quarter. Alliance really making the Mustangs work to get that ball across half court. They haven't got a turnover off of it yet, but it's certainly having an effect. They shovel it out. Here's Nelson, pull-up jumper, good. They really kept the lid on Jared Nelson in that first game as well. The lead is still 9. Kyle King in there, and that's Corby Campbell coming out of there with it. He'll scoop up that loose basketball and out front to Holbert. Jared Nelson, long three-pointer. That's off the back iron and no good. And Lane Meeks is going to be called for the foul. Luger had it in his mitts, and Meeks with the tomahawk chop to slap it out of there, but he draws the foul. 1:50 to go first quarter. And that is the third Mustang foul of the half. Sean Combs comes in as Jared Nelson to the bench. The Mustangs trying to keep as much size as they possibly can on the floor in this game. Luger kicks it back out for Matoka. He drives in, draws the contact, and he'll have free throws. Matoka not afraid to put the ball on the floor and drive to the hoop. That foul on Sean Combs, and that is his second. .134 left to go first quarter. Matoka's first is good. Bagan in for Combs. Ridenauer in for Luger. Matoka made them both. Morgan Holbert works against Shelmadine, over to Bagan. And now Schwarting drives in. Carson Hinn on the wing. And we got a traveling call on Carson Hinn. And that'll give it back to the Bulldogs. Corby Campbell in, Hinn out. 1:15 to go first quarter. So Shelmadine will trigger it for Alliance. Into the corner for King. Three-pointer on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped around, it'll be Mustang basketball off of Shelmadine. 1:03 to go first quarter. And now Alliance just with full court man-to-man pressure. Holbert drives in, they'll kick it out for Schwarting. Guarded by King, all the way around the baseline, kicks it out for Bagan. Now he'll work it to the free throw line. Mustangs trying to get some on offense. 35, both hit the floor. Looks like a 2 for 2 from the line this evening. 28 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And now 3 for 3. Chance to get that lead back to single digits. And that one's off the back iron, no good. Tipped around, and Shelmadine controls it with 25 seconds left. This will be King to bring it across the timeline. Clock down to 15 now. Now Bramer has it. Cross to King, gonna hold for one shot, 10 seconds left. King mishandles it, gets it to Matoka for 3. That's no good. Corby Campbell, Mustangs won't get a shot off at the buzzer. At the end of one, the Mustangs trail it 15-5. It's out with the old and in with the new this year at Hinn's Home Furnishings. They've got a complete new line of spring air mattresses coming in. Get great clearance pricing on the remaining models, or get set up with special introductory pricing on the new ones. Hinn's also still has hybrid beds with individually pocketed coils wrapped in gel-infused memory foam for the perfectly soft yet supportive feel. Hinn's Home Furnishings offers free local delivery. Stop in and see Chuck and the gang at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Mustangs trail by 10, 15-5, and they knew this was going to be a struggle coming in. And it certainly has been. For the Mustangs on the floor, Brady Bolender into the game for the first time this evening. He'll take the inbounds pass. Dylan Schwarting looks in from the wing. Across to Combs, and now Bolender. Back to Campbell, he'll hand it off to Jared Nelson. Jared out to Sean Combs, and around to Dylan Schwarting. Now Campbell, the Mustangs very active, good movement on offense here. And Bolender tries the three, that won't go. Matoka has it stripped right out of his hands. Dylan Schwarting sets up for three, that one misses everything, and it's tracked down by the Bulldogs, Mason Heemstra. Now here's Bramer, cross court for Luger, quickly back out for Matoka. Spin move across to Heemstra. He'll try the three, missed it all. Ridenauer in the lane with the rebound and the putback. 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Campbell on the wing to Combs, and they swing it around to Nelson. Schwarting between the circles, hands it off to Nelson. Curls in, but cut off by Ridenauer. And now Nelson will pull it back, and the Mustangs reset the offense. Now Schwarting to Combs. Backdoor cut by Nelson, spin move. Shot up, good, count the basket. Nice move that time by Jared Nelson to absorb that contact. They give that foul to Mason Heemstra, that's his first. Nelson with a chance for the three-point play. The free throw is no good. Wrestling match for the rebound, and that'll be Alliance basketball on the alternating possession. Didn't put those last two up for Jared Nelson. 17-7, 6:20 to go in the second quarter. On for Bramer. Good. Luger's putback won't go. Gets another one. He's fouled by Sean Combs that time. And Austin Luger will have free throws. So Sean Combs has 3 fouls. And it's hard not to foul when you're trying to defend a 6'9" athletic guy like Austin Luger. The first one is good. So Combs comes out. Trace Bagan comes in. Luger made them both. He's 3 for 3 from the line. Now they'll try to trap the Mustangs here, but Trace Bagan brings it across, and they set up their offense with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jared Nelson tried to get it to Corby Campbell, but it's taken away by Heemstra. Heemstra hung up in the lane. Ridenauer with it. Heemstra around to Luger. Luger behind the back, and Corby Campbell is going to be called for the hand check. That's Corby's first. .5:47 to go, second quarter. Heemstra has it up top, across to Ridenauer, into the corner for Luger, but taken away. Jared Nelson got the steal and then heaved it down the floor, hoping that Brady Bolender would run underneath it. Instead, it's Mason Heemstra who tracks it down, and Alliance goes back to work. Here's Bramer in the corner. Across for Ridenauer, inside for Luger. That shot up and no good, but Austin Luger will shoot some more free throws. That foul called on, I think they gave that to Dylan Schwarting. They did. And Luger, like we saw in Alliance, he's a very good free throw shooter as well. Fouling him seems to just delay the scoring a little bit. He makes both of those, 21-7, 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Jared Nelson takes the pass, cut off, taken away by Luger. Back to Ridenauer, finds Bramer trailing the play, and Dylan Schwarting is going to be called for the push. That's his second with 5:05 to go in the second quarter. Holbert comes in for Schwarting. Brendan Bramer sets up for the 1-on-1 opportunity, as that is the 8th foul on Gordon-Rushville. Bramer's first is good, earns him another one. Second one is short off the front of the rim. Holbert up the floor, under 5 to go in the second quarter. Backdoor cut by Bolander, and he is fouled that time by Tyler Adamson, who's just come into the game. Let's say the foul was on the floor. Bolander lost it for a second, got it back. Now Nelson on the wing, sizes it up and tries the three. A little too long. Luger with the rebound. Heemstra quickly ahead to Matulka. Lost the handle, picked up by Morgan Holbert. And then a carry called on Morgan. Turned the corner a little too fast. They'll give it back to the Bulldogs with 4:38 to go in the second quarter. Matulka into the corner and back out to Bramer. To Adamson inside for Luger. He'll kick it out. Bramer for three. High arcing shot is good. 25-7, and that slow, steady pressure. Alliance just keeps pulling away. Into the corner for Holbert. Pull-up jumper, little floater, rolls around and falls in for Morgan. His first two of the evening. They swing it around quickly into the corner for Bramer. Penetrates in for Adamson on the baseline, high off the glass, and the rebound by Corby Campbell. 3:45 to go in the first quarter. Holbert trapped, they take it away. Here's Bramer, lays it up and falls off, no good. Scramble for the rebound, there's Luger, and he's gonna be fouled. He'll have two shots, and this should be Jared Nelson on the foul. That is his second. Luger back to the line, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 this evening from free throws. 3:37 to go, second quarter. That one's short. Schwarting and Meeks come in. Bolander and Nelson out. King and Ridenauer in. Heemstra and Matulka out for Alliance. And the second one is good. Holbert gets it over to Began, and he'll bring it up the left side. Nearly taken away by Luger that time. Holbert hung up into the corner. They go baseline for Campbell. Back up top for Holbert. Drives in, floats one up, won't go. Holbert's there to get his own rebound. Now Trace Began for three. Good! Nothing but net for Trace Began that time. (26-12). King curls around, kicks it out. Here's Shelmadine off the front of the rim, and Lane Meeks with the rebound, but it's taken out of his hands by Luger. Tries the dunk and can't get it to go down. Holbert across to Campbell. 2:51 to go in the second quarter. On the wing for Schwarting. They'll kick it out for Campbell. Long two-pointer. Off the glass and good. Well, the Mustangs making a little run here. And a steal or a near steal by Morgan Holbert. Out of bounds with 2:36 to go in the second quarter. Heemstra back in for Adamson. The Mustangs showing signs of life late in the second quarter. Kyle King to inbound it. Gets it to Shelmadine. Into the corner for King. Over the top. Back out to Kyle King. Three-pointer. And the rebound by Shelmadine. Right back inside. Try to go to Austin Luger, but it's taken away by the Mustangs. And then Schwarting got himself in midair with nobody to pass it to. Heemstra spins around. Turnaround jumper, good. The Mustangs got just a little bit sloppy there. They had a chance to cut this lead a little bit more, and they give it back to Alliance. Mustangs back to work here with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Bagan on the wing. They get it to Campbell down on the baseline. He'll just shoot that. Missed everything. Ridenauer with the rebound. Shelmadine up the floor, guarded by Holbert. They swing it around into the corner for King. 1:30 to go. Luger to the baseline, and he's going to be fouled by Lane Meeks. Lane's second. More free throws for Luger. And now Alliance in the double bonus. Luger 6 for 7 from the line. Now 7 for 8. Meeks out, Nelson back in. 1:27 left to go first half. Makes them both. Matulka in, Luger to the bench. Nelson across to Holbert. Quickly back to Nelson. Now Campbell in the corner for Schwarting. Steps back behind the line. A little bit short that time. Ridenauer with the rebound. Quickly down floor to Heemstra. But Holbert cuts him off. Back into the corner for Heemstra. High arcing three-pointer. No good. Tipped around. King comes out of there with it. Ridenauer right back inside. Heemstra for three again. That one won't go. Tipped around. And Dylan Schwarting clears the rebound for the Mustangs. Quickly ahead to Morgan Holbert. Morgan is fouled. Morgan, I think, was probably trying to get that pass to Brady Bolender. 2 shots, though, as they give that foul to Mason Heemstra. And Morgan Holbert with 2 free throws. 47 seconds left in this first half. First one rolls around, gets the friendly bounce. Nelson out. Trace Bagan back in, along with Luger for the Bulldogs. Holbert sizes up the second one. That one won't quite fall in. And Shelmadine, with 43 seconds to go in the half, sets it up. Works against Morgan Holbert. Here's Luger on the wing. Matulka and back to Kyle King. 30 seconds to go in the half. Alliance in no hurry here. Intent to wind it down and maybe hold for that last shot. Matulka between the circles. 20 seconds. And Luger hands it off to Shelmadine with 14 to go. 10 to go. Shelmadine hung up and taken away by the Mustangs with 5 seconds to go. Schwarting ahead to Bolender. Catches, shoots, a little bit soft, and that's how the half will end. It is the Mustang 15 and the Alliance Bulldogs 30 at the half. Let's take a look at the unofficial scoring totals. For the Mustangs, Jared Nelson with 4, Morgan Holbert, Dylan Schwarting, and Trace Bagan all with 3, and Corby Campbell with 2. For Alliance, it'll be Austin Luger with 10, Brendan Bramer with 6, Mason Heemstra with 5, Jack Matulka with 4, Kyle King with 3, and Trevor Ridenauer with 2. Halftime here in Gordon. It is Alliance 30 and Gordon-Rushville 15. Harley Bain with the attempt at $500 for the on the drawing, sponsored by Sides and Milburn Ford, and that is as close as we've come. Saturday afternoon was close, but Harley just within about 6 inches of dropping that one in for $500, courtesy of Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Sorry to cut the Modern Farm folks short. We'll give that to you again, take 2. And as many of you are probably noticing, we're struggling mightily with our Wi-Fi connection again here at the half. It straightened itself out before the game got started. Hopefully it'll cooperate as we get ready to start into the second half. Again, we apologize. We're fortunate in having kind of an episode here at the moment. Hopefully we can keep things going as we work our way through the second half. Let's take a look at goals for the Mustangs. Sean Combs has 3. Lane Meeks, Jared Nelson, and Austin Luger, Tyler Adamson, and Kyle King all with just 1 foul apiece. So work to be done here for the Mustangs as we start this third quarter. Mustangs will have the basketball to start things off. Jared Nelson walks it across and away we go. Man-to-man defense again by the Bulldogs. They've been in that defense the whole way. Now they switch. Jared Nelson drives down the lane, can't quite left hand. And it's Matulka to Luger in the corner. Right now we're around to Heemstra. Mustangs 27 to go in the third. 5 to go. Here's the lane poked out the Bulldogs. And he'll bear with me here, trying to get our internet to cooperate just a little bit and try to keep things going for you. Apologize for the drop there. 32 to 16. I know we missed a little bit there. Hopefully we've got our bandwidth slowed down to where we can handle this thing for just a little bit. 5:39 to go, third quarter, 32-16. Sean Combs feeds the backdoor cut to Dylan Schwarting, and that is blocked. Luger comes away with it. Heemstra up the left side in a hurry. And a foul going to be called on Jared Nelson. That should be his third. That is 3 on Nelson. Sean Combs comes out of the game. Nelson stays in. Lane Meeks in there. Over the top for Bramer. Matulka and around to Kyle King. Inside for Ridenauer. Kick it out. Matulka finds Luger. Now Bramer. He'll drive in. Into the corner for Matulka to the baseline. Ridenauer up top for Bramer. All alone for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Corby Campbell. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Nelson drives in, lays it up, and good. Nelson with 6 points. Well under his season average of 11. 4:45 to go, third quarter. Into the corner for Bramer. He'll bring it around to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper there is good. He's got 8 on the evening. Trying to keep the score accurate with the scoreboard, and we may have disagreed once again. Down low for Lane Meeks. Quick shot off balance, but rebounded by Schwarting. Corby Campbell from the free throw line is good. He's got 4 points. Makes it 34-20 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pull-up jumper for Ridenauer from the free throw line. Answers right back. Timeout called on the floor. 30-second timeout called by the Mustangs. 3:55 left to go, third quarter. It's 36-20 in favor of the Alliance Bulldogs. Lots of snow yet to come this winter. Head on down to Gordon True Value because we're all tired of shoveling. They've got outstanding deals on snow blowers. They've also got ice melt and snow shovels, and when you finish the job, they've got ice fishing gear to get you out on the lake as well. They've got space heaters and a whole lot more. True Value in Gordon is open 7 days a week. .355 to go, third quarter. Mustang basketball. Lane Meeks will toss it in to Morgan Holbert, who's now into the game. Morgan crosses the timeline. Finds Dylan Schwartz. Back to Holbert. Campbell hands it off to Bagan. Mustangs with a lot of movement, but all that movement away from the basket. Schwarting throws one up, misses badly, and quickly ahead to Trevor Ridenauer with 3:25 to go in the third. Bramer curls in, kicks it out for Ridenauer for three. No good. Austin Luger over top of everybody, and the putback is good. 3:05 to go. Holbert sets it, tipped out of bounds by Kyle King. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Nelson back in for Meeks. 3 minutes on the dot left to go in this third quarter. They work it to Holbert. Look inside for Campbell over top of Luger, won't go. And the rebound by King. King quickly the other way, pushing the pace. Right now we're out to Luger for three, and he drains it. Luger rattled that one home. He's got 15 points, 41-20. And Mustang basketball. Again, thanks for sticking with us. Hopefully we've got our issues figured out. Now we got a traveling call on Morgan Holbert as he was caught in the trap there. We'll give it back to the Bulldogs with 2:22 to go in the third. So if you're watching at home, you may notice quality may be a little bit decreased as we've switched to our wireless router. And things seem to be holding up for us fairly well here. Brendan Bramer drives in, has that one blocked. Matulka with the rebound and the putback. Not sure that was necessarily a rebound, but he scooped it up and put it back in. And a timeout on the floor called by the Mustangs. 1:54 to go in the third. It's 43-20. The Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and much more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They're open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn is located at 200 North Main Street in Gordon. And check out Grocery Mart's sale flyer in this week's Sheridan County Journal-Star. Lots of great deals in there for you this week. Stop in and do your shopping in beautiful downtown Gordon at the local Grocery Mart. And there are wins and losses in basketball, and sometimes sprained ankles and chipped teeth. The sport of basketball isn't always pain-free, but at Gordon Dental, pain-free is always the goal. Visit Dr. Robert Ferguson and his staff at Gordon Dental for a pain-free, exceptional dental experience. If you missed it earlier this afternoon, the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs took down the Alliance Bulldogs 61-41 in girls varsity action. Might be the most complete game we've seen out of the Mustang ladies so far this season. 1:54 left to go third quarter. Mustangs with the basketball trying to get back in this one. They trail at 43-20. Combs across to Jared Nelson. Corby Campbell kicks it out. Three-pointer by Schwarting is good. He's got 6 points on the evening. Cuts the lead back to 20 with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs still with a lot of work to do here. Shelmadine in the corner for Ridenauer. Luger will try the three, and that is good. Austin Luger is the real deal. 6'9", and he can shoot it from anywhere on the floor. O'Bagan is trapped, gets it to Sean Combs. Sean Combs tries to throw it off of Austin Luger and out of bounds. And instead, timeout called by the Mustangs. 1:04 left to go in the third quarter. Trying to save that possession. Modern Farm Equipment, one of our signature sponsors. Certainly glad to have them on board again this year. And as with everybody, say thanks to these sponsors. When you see them on the street, poke your head in the door, say, hey, thanks. We appreciate your sponsorship. Makes it possible for us to bring these basketball games to you. As I said earlier, our next basketball broadcast will be when the Gearing Bulldogs come to town here. And then the following week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we don't know what that schedule is yet, but the Western Trails Conference Tournament will have as much of that action as we possibly can. Both teams will play on Thursday, as there's a pull-up jumper from the free throw line by Nelson that won't go. Now the Mustangs are going to try to trap there, a held ball, and it'll be Alliance basketball. But both teams will play on Thursday, and if they win on Thursday, they will definitely play Friday and Saturday at Cougar Palace on the campus of WNCC in Scotts Bluff, and we'll have that action for you for sure from Scotts Bluff. Mustangs have been fortunate the last couple of years. Both teams have made it down there, and we're glad to bring that action to you. 45 seconds left to go, third quarter. Alliance back to work on offense. Kyle King will pull it out and set it up. Shelmadine across to Ridenauer, and now to Matulka. He'll bring it up between the circles and get it to Shelmadine. 27 seconds. Alliance in no hurry here. Ridenauer works against Combs. 20 seconds. Alliance going to hold for the last shot now. This is Kyle King between the circles. 14 seconds on the clock. Now they'll go to work. Shelmadine looks in. Luger to Kyle King. He drives in and has it poked away, but a foul is going to be called with 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Didn't see who they gave that to. It is on Morgan Holbert, and that is his first. So 4 seconds to go, and now the officials are going to confer and talk this over just a little bit. They're deciding if between the Italian Inn and somewhere else after the game, apparently. Now they've got it set up. Who's going to make the reservations? Luger to inbound it. Kyle King with 4 seconds to go tries the three-pointer. That one's no good. Shot at the buzzer won't go. After three, it is Alliance 46 and Gordon-Rushville 23.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Being equipped for tomorrow starts today. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
So we head to the fourth quarter. Alliance out in front 46-23. Mustangs have done a much better job of keeping this with some semblance of control. Previous game against these guys ended up 81-33. The Mustangs have done a much better job defensively. Alliance got out and ran a whole bunch. Here's Brady Bolender for three. That won't go, but Sean Combs with the long rebound. Jared Nelson drives in, loses the handle out of bounds. Alliance basketball. Quickly ahead to King. Looks in, skips it across for Bramer, spots up for three. No good, tipped out of bounds, Mustang basketball. just underway in the fourth quarter. And not many fouls in this second half, just 2 for the Mustangs and 1 for the Bulldogs. Trace Bagan from way downtown. That one's off the back iron and no good. And Corby Campbell is going to be whistled for the foul. That is his second. And with 7:16 to go in the fourth quarter, Alliance back again with the basketball. Kyle King working down the right side across to Luger. And now Bramer. Outside for Luger, he'll try the 3 again. That one's off the front of the rim, but Bramer's there for the rebound. And a blocking foul will be called on Sean Combs. And that'll be the 4th on Combs. Seven minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. King up top for Bramer. They work it down low for Luger, back out for King. That one's no good. And Brady Bolender with the rebound. Ahead to Nelson. He'll drive in, draws the contact from Luger, kicks it out to Bagan in the corner. He'll drive baseline, kicks it across for Corby Campbell, slips through his fingers and out of bounds. Morgan Holbert will come in for the Mustangs. We got a timeout called by Alliance with 6:38 to go in the fourth quarter. .638 to go, and one more opportunity to remind you to come on over to Rushville the next 2 weekends. The Sheridan County Players and their production of Almost Maine at the historic Plains Theater. Showtime 7:30 Friday and Saturday nights, and 2 o'clock the Sunday matinee this weekend and the next. Opening night this Friday, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, and then the following weekend, 27th, 28th, and 29th at the historic Plains Theater in Rushville. Almost Maine by the Sheridan County Players. 6:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Shelmadine brings it up the right side. Move it quickly around. Here's King driving to the baseline, and he's going to be fouled. Fouls on the floor. It's on Jared Nelson, and that is his 4th. 6:26 to go, fourth quarter. Ridenauer comes out. Matulka back in. That ball tipped. Matulka tracks it down. Kyle King thought about the 3, drives baseline, and it goes high off the glass. And up and good. He's got 5 points. Morgan Holbert sets it for the Mustangs. Kicks it out for Nelson, playing with 4 fouls. Corby Campbell with the shot. That won't go. Nelson with the rebound, though. Under 6 to go. Nelson pull-up jumper from the elbow. No good. Campbell tips it out, and he's going to be whistled for the foul. Corby Campbell maybe getting a little frustrated after spending the whole evening in there moshing around with big old number 22. 5:53 left to go in the second half. 48-23. Bramer curls in, leaves it for Luger, and his short jumper is good. Now the Mustangs may be losing a little bit of focus in this fourth quarter. Bolender drives in, splits the defense. Count the basket, though. Nice job that time by Brady Bolender. The foul is on Luger. That's just his second. Brady with the basket, chance for the three-point play. 5:25 to go in this fourth quarter. And Brady gets the free throw to go along with it. And here's Matulka all by himself at the other end, lays it up and good. 5:10 to go, fourth quarter. Morgan Holbert between the circles, guarded by Kyle King. Gets it to Schwarting. Over the top for Holbert. They'll kick it out. Bolender for three. Won't go. Brendan Bramer with the rebound. Shelmadine quickly ahead to Matulka. That won't go. Luger hands it off to Kyle King following the play. Luger will kick it out for Bramer from the top of the key. That's off the back iron and no good. Scramble for it, kicked out. And that's going to be out of bounds. Brendan Bramer reached up and poked it. Kyle King was set up and ready to take the three. Instead, it's Mustang basketball after the turnover. Bramer goes to the bench, and that is Tyler Adamson back in for Alliance. 4:30 to go. Bolender on the wing. Works off the pick and roll that time to Corby Campbell. Can't quite finish. Outside for Holbert for three. That's good. Morgan Holbert's got 6 points on the night. 4:10 to go. They trap Shelmadine. And finally a kick called on Matulka. Mustang basketball. That was quite a scrum between the two Mustangs and Matulka. And the Mustangs come out of that one victorious. 4:03 to go. Morgan Holbert trying to get some space. So under 4 to go. Nelson on the wing. Nelson drives in, floats one up, and good. Nelson with 8 points tonight. 52-31. Into the corner for King. Penetrates in, and a hand check going to be called. I think this is Morgan Holbert that got the foul this time. That is on Morgan Holbert, his second. And so that puts Kyle King at the line. Bolender out, Combs in. Kyle King with the 1-and-1 opportunity. 3:36 to go, fourth quarter. The first one is good by King. And he made them both. Jared Nelson works against Owen Shelmadine. And he traveled. King looks inside for Luger, taken away neatly by Jared Nelson. Cut off as he heads up the floor. Now Holbert back out to Nelson. He'll drive in, floats one over the front of the rim, but that won't fall. Saved back in, ball tipped around. Holbert's going to come up with it for the Mustangs with under 3 to go now. Tried to get it into the corner. It's off one of the Bulldogs and picked up by Matulka. Back the other way, here's Shelmadine into the corner for Adamson. Nice look. And then a foul called. That foul on Corby Campbell, that's number 4 on him. Jack Matulka to the line. He's got 8 points tonight. He's 2 for 2 from the line with 2:44 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Mustangs ready to throw in the towel as the subs come in. That'll be Lane Meeks, Carson Hinn, Logan Dexter, Brady Bolender. Trace Bagan stays on the floor for the Mustangs. 55-31. Kyle King comes out. He'll be replaced by Joel Baker in the Alliance lineup. Luger comes out, replaced by Reese Jensen. And one more on the way for Matoka. Rattles that one home. And now he'll be replaced in the lineup by Caden Dean. (56-31), 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this one. Hinn works to his right. And now Bolender works down towards the corner, reverses back out. Dexter to Bagan. Meeks up top, trying to find somewhere to go with that. Carson Hinn comes out to take it with 2:15 to go. Hinn drives in. They try to get it to Meeks, but over his head, and they hand it off to Baker. Shelmadine up the left side, and now Jensen. Around to Baker, onto the baseline for Jensen again. Jensen gets it right back, and now we've got a timeout called by Alliance with 1:53 to go. A chance to get even more subs into the game for the Bulldogs. Timeout called here, 30-second timeout. Again, say thanks to sponsors of today's action: the First National Bank in Gordon, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Hinn's Home Furnishings, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan CPAs, the Italian Inn, Grocery Mart, Gordon Dental, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Be sure to join us on the 28th when the Gearing Bulldogs come to town. Somebody that the Mustangs have not played in recent memory. So now we've got Corbin Bailey on the floor as well for the Mustangs, and a whole host of new Alliance Bulldogs that we'll try to give you a handle on. Here's a takeaway by Carson Hinn. Corbin Bailey quickly up the floor, has it tipped away, but right back to the Mustangs. Carson gets it back. 1:35 to go. Carson drives in, gives it off to Bolender. Looking for a pick, now he'll drive baseline, lays it up, good, count the basket. Good quick first step that time by Brady Bolender. Give that foul to number 10, Caden Dean, his first. Brady Bolender with 5 points. Chance for the three-point play here. And we've got a lane violation on Logan Dexter that time, and so free throw won't count, didn't go in anyway. Alliance's basketball. And now Corbin Stark into the game for Alliance. And Juan Sanchez, number 5, in for the Mustangs. 1:20 to go. Shot up, won't go. Carson Hinn with the rebound. And he'll work against Baker. Ahead to Corbin Bailey with 1:10 to go. Outside to Carson Hinn. He'll drive to the baseline. Shot over top of everything. Carson got his own rebound, and who do we call a foul on? Must be on Alliance. It's, no, check that. It is on the Mustangs. They're going to give that to, couldn't see exactly who they gave that to. Maybe that's on Corbin Bailey. We'll see when they put it up. It is Corbin Bailey, and that means free throws as we're in the bonus for Alliance. So this will be Reese Jensen with a 1-and-1 opportunity. That one's no good. Tipped around. Dexter clears the rebound. Carson Hinn will hand it off to Corbin Bailey with 53 seconds. These young Mustangs with a chance to go to work on offense here. Carson Hinn, crossover dribble, leaves it for Dexter. One dribble and he is fouled. And that is Corbin Stark with the foul. Logan Dexter with a chance here. First free throw is no good. And now number 12 into the game for Alliance. I'm not sure we have a number 12 on the roster. We don't. But Dexter lines up number 2. That one's in and out, no good. Rebound by Kix Misko coming down the left side. 35 seconds to go. Kicks it outside for Stark. Mystery player number 12 misses everything. It'll be Mustang basketball out of bounds. And maybe he's glad that he's not on the program at this point. 25 seconds left in this one. Bailey goes to work. Flips it out to Carson Hinn. Drives in, leaves it for Lane Meeks. Lane's shot is blocked, but a foul is called, and Lane Meeks will have free throws. Foul on Stark, that's his second. And Lane Meeks with 2 free throws with 14 seconds left in the game. First one falls off, no good. And that one rattles around and falls out, no good too. 10 seconds left in this one. Bulldogs bring it up the floor in a hurry. 4 seconds to go, into the corner. Shot up and good at the buzzer for Kix Misko with the 3. Makes the final score 59-33. The Mustangs able to keep the Bulldogs about 20 points under what they did in their last meeting, and so maybe that's the little thing that they come out of here with this evening. Final score is 59-33. Let's add these up real quick for you. Morgan Holbert finishes with 6. Dylan Schwarting also with 6. Brady Bolender with 5. Corby Campbell with 4. Trace Bagan 3. Jared Nelson with 8. And that does it for the Mustangs. For Alliance, Brendan Bramer with 8. Kyle King with 7. Austin Luger with 20. Mason Heemstra with 5. Kix Misko 3. Trevor Ridenauer 4. Jack Matulka finishes with 10. The Mustangs fall to 7-3 on the season. Alliance moves to 9-3. The Mustangs with a couple of busy weekends in front of them here. Our next broadcast will be Saturday the 28th when the Mustangs host the Gearing Bulldogs. Thanks for joining us this evening. We look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. For everyone at the Sheridan County Journal-Star, safe travels. We'll see you on the 28th.